guys, thank you so much for coming to my channel for one of my first cleaning videos. I honestly had to just pull my camera out and start recording this video this week in particular because I had definitely let my anxiety, my depression just fall on top of me this week, and my kitchen was just an absolute mess. I don't think I've ever let my refrigerator get as bad as it is. There was just stickiness and just spills and everything you could think of inside of there. It was an unorganized mess. Luckily, not really expired food, but it was just really gross and it really needed to be cleaned out for sure and organized. I had to pull my camera out this week because this is the first week I got to experience my husband actually being gone. He just went to the army and he is in his training right now. And so, as you can see in this video, I am about 30 weeks pregnant, and so I am in my third trimester. And being super emotional from being pregnant and then having two kids on top of that at home, and then just trying to do life as normal is very difficult. At least it was for me. I'm sure that there's other wives and moms out there who have gone through the same thing. I don't know if you've ever experienced your husband being gone for a long period of time, but it's a change for sure. You have to get used to, doing everything on your own, and you kind of don't really realize how much they contribute to just everyday life until you experience them being gone for an entire week. So this pumpkin you see me scooping out, it's actually not something that I use for me. It's something that I give my dog. My vet told us that it's actually really healthy. I showed her this brand that's just the regular Walmart brand, and she said that it was perfectly fine because there's nothing else added to it. It's just straight pumpkin. And I compared it to the pet store, and I was so shocked at the price difference where that can was only like 78 cents. And then if you go to the pet store and buy pumpkin can for dogs, it's almost $3. I was completely shocked. I always try to go through all of my spices and I try to go through all my condiments at least every 3 months because I have made the horrible mistake of cooking a dinner and I had to use something like balsamic vinegar in the dinner and it was bad, and I learned my lesson that day to just always check my ingredients because this fantastic dinner I spent 40 minutes on had to be trashed and we had to order takeout because of that. So yes, Guys, if you haven't checked your condiments in a while, this is just a little reminder to go and check those. Something I feel like I have to do whenever I start my kitchen is definitely just try to collect all of the dishes into my sink, even though it will be a giant pile. I just have to get every single dish in there just so then I can see what else I have on my counters that I can clear off at that time, and then I can get my counters wiped off and completely clean so that any thing that I need to place on the counter later, I don't have to worry about it getting stuck to anything greasy or sticky or anything that, my little children may have dumped on the countertop. And having really dark black counters really kind of hides the dirt, so you just don't notice all of the nastiness that builds up on there. Now, I will say I honestly don't normally use a Clorox disinfectant or any type of chemical to clean my countertops, but on this particular week, I just felt like everything felt so dirty to me that I just needed to sanitize and kill everything that could possibly be growing or any type of sicknesses that we brought into the house, just anything. I just really felt like my house needed to be sanitized. And my normal stuff that I use, which is the Mrs. Meyer's, I didn't feel like that would quite make me feel like my kitchen was clean. So I did use, it's still a multi-surface spray, but it's a Clorox spray, and it's not my favorite. I definitely say that I like to stick a little bit more towards the natural stuff just because I do have kids, and if they ingest anything like that, it just makes me super uncomfortable. I learned this trick a while ago when I was actually dating my husband about the garbage disposal, and I feel like not a lot of people do this, but she showed me that you can basically just take your leftovers and throw them all down the sink, down the garbage disposal, and run it with super hot water. And then you don't have to have your trash can full of all of these disgusting, old, nasty foods. I don't put everything down the garbage disposal, but pretty much almost all of my leftovers that have gone bad will go down there because I don't like to have it just sitting around in my trash can. I think it's really gross, and for some reason where I live, it brings in all of those little tiny fruit flies, and they are just disgusting. For all of you guys who have been sticking around for this long in one of my first videos, I thank you so much. I have always wanted to record my own videos for cleaning motivation just because I know that I get so inspired after watching them and watching other people clean their homes. It just gives me so much motivation to actually get up and just try to get a little bit done. This whole week had definitely gotten away from me, and honestly, I just felt like the best way to tackle it is have the mindset of just do one thing. One thing. Grab that one thing and put it back in the pantry. Or grab that toy that's on the counter and just go put it back in the girls' room. And for me, I noticed that that just kind of creates a little spiral effect. And as soon as I start going, I just continue to go as long as I don't get interrupted, which is my main downfall. Definitely getting interrupted and having to stop and start and actually physically walk away from the task that you're doing, that will definitely slow me down. But when I get into a really bad state like I was this week, I just try not to be too hard on myself. If I have to walk away, that's why I definitely want to just think of it as all I have to do is this one task, because then when I do have to go, I am not beating myself up for it later, getting angry that I didn't finish this huge monumental chore that's been on my list for the whole week. And I don't know, I feel like that's just been my best technique as far as with my husband being gone and it being very difficult to try to do and be everything for everyone, and then being very tired on top of that. Being in your third trimester is pretty exhausting. At least it is for me this time. I don't know why I was so lucky with my first two pregnancies and I felt like pregnancy was a breeze, so I thought this one was going to be the same way. Definitely has not been the same experience for my third pregnancy. Whew, man, this one has definitely humbled me a little bit. For all of you guys who did stop by my channel, I thank you guys so much, and I do want to let you know that I plan on making an entire series coming up over these next couple of months, because with my husband now being in the Army, we will end up packing up and moving somewhere to some base, and so I wanted to actually record our experience of the whole packing up an entire house and just what it's like to move with the army and how that's all going to work, because I know that it's definitely a little bit different than when you're packing up yourself. You definitely have a specific timeline, but also you have to be able to just get up and go as soon as they say go. So that's going to be a new experience for me for sure. And I wanted to record all of that going forward and completely decluttering my house, trying to go a lot more minimalist. I feel like over the years I have narrowed down my things quite a lot, but I think I could definitely do a lot more. So I'm going to have some decluttering stuff coming up over the next couple of weeks, and then also just the daily cleaning, because there is always going to be a mess, but that is just proof that your house, it is a home, it is lived in, it is loved, and you guys all get to spend this amazing time together living in your home and creating memories. So I want to share all of that with you guys, so I would love it if you guys could subscribe and turn on the little notification bell. That way you can be updated for all of my new videos that are coming up in the future, as well as probably a birth vlog or something like that, because I do have this little baby coming in just a few short weeks. So I would love to share all of that with you guys. Thank you guys again so much.